Number 1. The dynasty that survived the longest. Oman is located in the eastern part of the Arabian Peninsula in West Asia, with a strategic position bordering the Arabian Sea and the Gulf of Oman. Its population is projected to reach approximately 5.49 million in 2025, concentrated mainly in Muscat and the Al Batina coastal strip, which boasts a more pleasant climate and better infrastructure. Conversely, much of the inland desert region is largely uninhabited. In the nominal GDP rankings of the Middle East, Oman ranks 10th, reflecting its moderate economic size compared to the region's major oil-exporting nations. Notably, Oman does not build its national image on ostentatious wealth. Instead, the country is recognized for its historical depth and political continuity. The Omani monarchy has existed continuously since 1744 under the Al Sayyid dynasty, one of the oldest and most stable dynasties still in existence. In the often turbulent Middle East, Oman rarely experienced major internal conflicts, and power transitions were relatively smooth. According to regional data, Oman was one of the few Middle Eastern countries that did not experience military coups throughout the 20th century, creating a foundation of social stability that lasted for generations. The role of Sultan Qaboos bin Said Al Said was pivotal in Oman's modern history. Reigning for over 50 years, he lifted the country out of poverty and isolation, gradually opening it up while maintaining tight control over its development. Free education and a public health system were expanded nationwide, while transportation infrastructure, ports, and airports were built to international standards. According to UN development reports, in the late 20th century, average life expectancy and literacy rates in Oman increased faster than the average for many Middle Eastern countries, demonstrating the clear impact of his social investment policies. Notably, Oman actively avoids extreme urbanization models. High-rise projects are tightly controlled, particularly in Muscat, to protect the landscape and traditional architecture. Even in the capital's planning, building heights are limited so as not to obscure the Rocky Mountains and natural skyline, a rare choice in the region. Today, Oman clearly demonstrates a balance between tradition and modernity, between political stability and a humble social life. Instead of chasing the image of a futuristic megacity, the country chooses sustainable development, preserving its identity and creating a sense of safety and tranquility, making Oman a very different case in the contemporary Middle Eastern landscape. Number 2. The fragrant gold of Oman. Centuries before oil shaped the Gulf economy, Oman was renowned in the ancient world for a treasure linked to fragrance and trade: frankincense, a resin harvested from the boswellia tree, which grows primarily in the Dhofar region of southern Oman. Boswellia frankincense was once considered the soul of the desert, a product highly valued by merchants, priests, physicians, and ancient courts. Today, Oman remains a key player in the global frankincense industry, supplying approximately 17% of the world's production. This continuity has led to Oman being frequently referred to as the jewel of the desert. Historically, ancient trade routes transported frankincense from Oman to Egypt, Rome, Persia, and India, creating a vast trading network. According to ancient Roman records, frankincense was once worth as much as gold by weight during certain periods, demonstrating its exceptional economic importance. Because of this central role, Oman's frankincense region has been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. In Salalah, the center of the Dhofar region, the scent of frankincense is deeply present in daily life. Entering the traditional markets, the warm, deep aroma seems to envelop the entire space. Almost every family in Oman burns frankincense in their homes, both to welcome guests and as a ritual to purify the air. In many families, frankincense is burned in the evening, a time believed to create a relaxing atmosphere after a long day in the desert climate. Frankincense is also used to scent clothes, scarves, and hair. As the smoke passes through, the fragrance clings to the fabric and can linger for hours. Unlike industrial perfumes, frankincense is not sprayed directly onto the skin but permeates through fabric, creating a light and non-harsh scent, making it suitable for everyday use. In traditional regional medicine, frankincense is also used as a sedative and sleep aid. For many travelers, carrying a little frankincense is not just about buying souvenirs. It's about carrying the scent of the desert, of thousands of years of trade, rituals, and Omani culture. If you have the chance, would you like to experience this ancient fragrance yourself? Comment yes or no to share your feelings. Number 3. The the third gender in Oman. Oman is a conservative society where same-sex relationships are not accepted and may be subject to legal sanctions. In this context, the presence of Xanaths has become one of the most intriguing cultural phenomena. Xanaths are biologically male, but their self-expression, communication, and social participation exhibit many feminine characteristics. From this reality, Omani society has developed a practical understanding of gender, comprising male, female, and Xanath, an intermediate identity recognized by the community according to its own norms. Appearance plays a significant role in defining Xanaths. They often wear light pastel robes, a stark contrast to the white dishdasha worn by Omani men. Omani women tend to choose bright and striking colors, while Xanaths occupy an intermediate position, neither leaning distinctly towards the other. Their hair is typically longer than men's, but not as long as women's, creating a distinct yet non-confrontational identifying feature. According to anthropological studies in the Gulf region, this middle ground appearance acts as a social signal, allowing the community to distinguish Xanath without direct dialogue about gender identity. During the day, Xanath can participate in community life quite freely. They work, converse, and are present in public spaces with little negative reaction. However, when night falls, more conservative norms are applied, and Xanath are often expected to limit their public appearances. This difference between day and night reflects how Omani society separates acceptable and sensitive spaces for different gender identities. The key lies in how Oman defines gender within social relationships. Gender is not entirely based on biology, but is closely tied to roles. A man is still considered male if he plays an active role in a relationship. Conversely, Xanath, being considered passive, belongs to the third group. This classification has been noted by anthropologists as a mechanism of cultural deregulation, allowing society to maintain religious order while still addressing the diversity of identities that exist in reality. Thanks to this, Xanath can exist within the community without being directly accused of violating religious doctrine, creating a very unique path within the Omani social structure. Number 4. Non-alcoholic spirits from Oman. If you were surprised to learn that Oman has maintained a continuous royal dynasty for over 300 years, then the drinking habits of its people are even more intriguing. While many societies view alcohol as an integral part of socializing and entertainment, Oman has developed a very different option. Instead of alcohol, Mountain Dew, the globally recognized neon green soft drink, plays an almost symbolic role in daily life. Just ask the locals what they usually drink, and the name Mountain Dew will appear with astonishing frequency. It's present everywhere, from supermarkets and small cafes to vending machines and family gatherings. Omanis jokingly call Mountain Dew the ghost's drink, not because of the alcohol content, but because of its widespread popularity and its ability to replace the social role of alcohol in meals and conversations. The reason lies in the intermingling of culture and religion. Oman adheres strictly to Islamic teachings, which severely restrict alcohol consumption. People need a legal, accessible, and flavorful option to enhance their dining experience. Observations of the Omani consumer market show that strong-flavored carbonated soft drinks account for a significantly higher market share than the regional average, and Mountain Dew is a prominent example in this category. Mountain Dew's flavor is particularly well suited to Omani cuisine, which is known for its strong spices and pungent nature. Traditional dishes like marinated grilled meats or local curries often create intense thirst, making sweet and carbonated drinks more popular than plain water. When Coca-Cola tried to expand its market share, it faced significant challenges due to deeply ingrained consumer habits. Some local restaurant chains even consider Mountain Dew the default drink, only switching to another option upon customer request, demonstrating the brand's deep integration into daily life. In contrast, alcohol in Oman is tightly controlled. Those wishing to drink wine or beer can usually only find it in five-star hotels or specially licensed restaurants. Purchasing alcohol for home use requires a state-issued personal license, with clear conditions regarding income and intended use, making the process complicated. Many locals say that obtaining an alcohol license is harder than obtaining a building permit. Violations of these regulations can result in hefty fines or even imprisonment, further solidifying Mountain Dew's position as a safe and popular choice in Omani society. Number 5. Unpretentious beauty. The beauty of Omani women is a result of a blend of long-standing Arab traditions and the confidence gained from modern education. According to the World Bank, the female literacy rate in Oman is 93%, a figure reflecting a dramatic shift over the past 3 decades. Women are increasingly prominent in fields such as education, healthcare, banking, and tourism. While their attire remains modest, they make an impression with large silver jewelry, colorful shawls, and distinctive kajal eyeliner. This beauty is not based on ostentation, but on knowledge, self-reliance, and a coastal identity maintained through generations. Alongside this appearance, the social standing of Omani women is increasingly evident. According to the Arab Center in Washington, D.C., 57% of university students in Oman are female, demonstrating their central role in shaping the future workforce. In the public sector, women make up 42% of the workforce, and according to the World Bank, the national female labor force participation rate is projected to reach 30.7% by 2024. Oman was also the first Gulf nation to grant women the right to vote and run for office, starting in 1994. In the education system, Omani women constitute the majority in teaching and healthcare, 2 fields that directly impact social structure and community well-being, demonstrating their role extends beyond the family sphere. In terms of lifestyle, Oman is often considered the most liberal in terms of dress in the Gulf region. According to the 2021 Arab Barometer, only 8% of Omani women completely cover their faces, significantly lower than Saudi Arabia at 41% and Qatar at 24%. In Muscat and other major cities, a light hijab or no headscarf is quite common. The absence of laws mandating face coverings or the wearing of black abayas creates a rare space for personal choice in the Arab world, especially in coastal cities. Common attire includes a black kandura paired with a colored headscarf, adhering to cultural norms while allowing for individual expression. This balance between tradition and openness makes Omani women one of the most distinctive figures in the modern Middle East. They are neither opposed to tradition nor detached from society, but exist as a stable intersection between past and present. Number 6. A living symbol of Oman. The khanjar has long been regarded as a symbol of masculinity and loyalty in Omani society, with a history dating back to the 17th century. The image of this curved knife appears on the national coat of arms, currency, and the Omani rial, highlighting its special place in the national identity. A traditional khanjar typically consists of 5 to 7 parts, crafted from silver weighing between 300 and 800 grams depending on the region. Nizwa is the most famous center of craftsmanship, where artisans still use a handcrafted silverwork technique called naqsh. Exquisite khanjars can fetch up to $5,000 and are often passed down through generations as family heirlooms. In many families, the khanjar is not sold but passed down to the eldest son as a symbol of honor and responsibility, especially on major holidays such as National Day on November 18th. Alongside the khanjar, the dhow is a maritime symbol of Oman with a history of over 2,000 years. It was from these ships that Omani merchants expanded their trade network across the Indian Ocean, connecting with India, East Africa, Iran, and Yemen. Sur is renowned for its traditional dhow construction, with few remaining artisanal shipyards still operating in the Gulf. Dhows are typically 20 to 40 meters long, using teak wood imported from India and large, laterite-style triangular sails. According to regional maritime records, Sur's dhow construction techniques have remained largely unchanged for centuries, still relying on visual measurement and experience rather than modern technical drawings. In the 19th century, Omanis used dhows to transport frankincense, spices, and timber to Zanzibar, when the region was under the control of the Sultanate of Oman. Today, dhows are maintained in maritime festivals and tourism activities as a living symbol of maritime history. The Sultan Qaboos Mosque in Muscat is a prime example of Oman's modern era. Completed in 2001 after 6 years of construction, the mosque has a capacity of 20,000 people, with a men's prayer hall spanning 4,300 square meters. Inside is a 21-ton Persian carpet woven over 4 years by 600 Iranian artisans and once holding the record for the world's largest hand-woven carpet. A 14-meter-tall, 8.5-ton Swarovski chandelier with over 600,000 crystal elements is also present. All the sandstone used in the construction was quarried domestically, reflecting a policy of prioritizing local materials and Omani architectural identity, harmoniously combined with traditional Islamic motifs. As a result, the mosque is not only a place of worship, but also a leading spiritual and architectural symbol of the nation. Number 7. Peace amidst a turbulent world. Oman is considered one of the safest countries in the world when it comes to the risk of terrorism. For many years, it has maintained a score of 0 on the Global Terrorism Index, indicating no recorded extremist attacks. Even in the most recent assessment, with a score of 2.9 on a 10-point scale, Oman remains in the lowest risk group globally. This stability stems from its neutral foreign policy, a stable political environment, and a spirit of social cohesion, creating a structure that makes it difficult for extremist networks to form. Oman often acts as a mediator in regional tensions, helping it avoid being drawn into ideological conflicts, thereby significantly reducing the risk of widespread violence within the country. In addition to traditional security, Oman also achieves a high level of protection in cyberspace. With 97 out of 100 points on the Global Cybersecurity Index, the country is among the leaders in its ability to combat cybercrime. Fraud and cyber attack rates remain low thanks to a modern digital surveillance system, a robust legal framework, and community education programs. The Omani government implements cybersecurity training for both the public and private sectors, aiming to mitigate risks from human error, a major factor in global cybersecurity incidents. As a result, the cybersecurity market is projected to grow from $135 million in 2025 to nearly $200 million in 2030. In daily life, Oman stands out as a rare exception in a world of instability. In many neighborhoods, leaving cars unlocked or walking around at midnight is commonplace without causing anxiety. This reflects a culture that values respect, faith, and personal honor, where children are taught that harmful behavior not only violates the law, but also damages the reputation of their family and community. The extended family structure creates natural social oversight, making deviant behavior difficult to conceal, while the Sharia-based justice system, combining swift punishment with reconciliation, helps maintain long-term stability. Furthermore, the Omani police force is considered effective and community-oriented, contributing to the country's exceptional level of safety. Number 8. The Millionaire Race. When it comes to symbols of luxury in Oman, few images better represent wealth and prestige than the racing camel. Their value today far surpasses their historical role in survival. An elite racing camel in Oman can fetch the equivalent of a Ferrari, and according to auctions in the Gulf region, some rare specimens can reach prices exceeding $3 million. In the past, camels held a central place in the lives of desert tribes. They were a reliable means of transportation across arid lands, while also providing milk, meat, and hides for sustenance. In traditional marriages, camels were considered valuable dowries, reflecting the family's economic power. Even camel urine was used in folk remedies by nomadic communities. In modern times, the camel's role has shifted from a survival necessity to a symbol of social status. Camel racing has developed into a multi-million-dollar sport. Major races in the GCC region boast prize pools reaching tens of millions of dollars, attracting camel owners and investors from Oman, Qatar, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia. The racing camels are cared for under a special regime. Their diet includes honey, dates, camel milk, and various supplements. They follow a rigorous training schedule with long desert runs, combined with restorative massages and regular grooming. Many training centers in Oman house between 50 and 200 camels, each with its own health record similar to professional athletes. Today, camel riders have been replaced by remote-controlled robots to prevent the exploitation of children that occurred in the past. Robot jockeys cost between $300 and $2,000 and are programmed to control speed and pace. However, this luxurious lifestyle is only for a select few, because outside the cities, the majority of camels still live simple lives, wandering along rural roads and peaceful valleys. Number 9. Gold washed ashore. In Oman, ambergris is considered one of the world's most expensive and rarest natural ingredients, in many cases even more valuable than gold or Tahitian pearls. Ambergris forms in the stomachs of sperm whales, a species commonly found along the coasts of Oman and the Indian Ocean. According to NOAA, only about 1 to 5% of recorded sperm whales produce ambergris, meaning the vast majority do not produce it at all. This extremely low percentage makes ambergris a rare and precious ingredient in the high-end perfume industry. The value of ambergris largely depends on its quality and degree of oxidation. According to the FAO and the Natural History Museum London, high-grade ambergris can range from $20,000 to $40,000 per kilogram, and large, high-quality blocks have reportedly sold for over $150,000. In the waters off Oman and Yemen, locals traditionally search for ambergris that washes ashore. A recorded instance in 2021 showed 127 kilograms of ambergris washed ashore, valued at approximately $1.5 million, reflecting the unexpected economic potential of this material. Oman is one of the very few countries in the world, along with the Maldives, Mauritius, India, and Yemen, where natural ambergris occasionally appears on the coast. This is not a systematic mining or production activity, nor are there official production figures. However, thanks to its geographical location within the sperm whale habitat, Oman possesses a rare natural advantage, making ambergris a unique part of its marine heritage. In the perfume industry, ambergris is highly valued for its superior scent retention. Only about 1 to 3% of global perfumes currently use natural ambergris due to conservation regulations and scarcity. The Omani luxury perfume brand Amouage uses ambergris in some of its special collections, driving the price of each bottle up to $1,000 to $3,000. Therefore, ambergris not only has economic value, but is also linked to Oman's long history of maritime trade and commerce. Number 10. 4 Millennium Milestones. Oman is one of the Middle Eastern countries with a remarkable number of World Heritage sites relative to its land area. According to UNESCO data, the country has 4 sites recognized in 1987, 1988, 2000, and 2008. Each site reflects a significant period in Oman's history, from the Bronze Age to the Middle Ages and ancient trade networks. Most notable among them is Fort Bala, a massive defensive structure rising from the desert. Built from mud, stone, and brick, the fort dates back to the 13th century and was once the center of power for the Banu Neban tribe. Its high walls, complex pathways, and large watchtowers demonstrate the advanced architectural and military thinking of medieval Omanis. According to UNESCO, the entire fort and surrounding area, covering over 34 hectares, reflects the historical significance of this structure. In western Oman, 3 archaeological sites, Bat, Al-Qudum, and Al-Ain, represent the Bronze Age. The remaining ruins include stone towers, ancient tombs, and traces of settlements, indicating the existence of a civilization more than 4,000 years ago. These findings confirm that Oman was once a crucial link in the ancient trade network connecting Mesopotamia, Iran, and the Indus Valley. The third heritage site is the Aflaj irrigation system, a technical achievement developed around 500 AD. This system channeled water from underground springs or natural springs through long tunnels to serve agriculture. UNESCO notes that more than 3,000 Aflaj systems still exist throughout Oman, many of which remain operational today. The final heritage site is the incense land in southern Oman, linked to international trade for millennia. The ancient city of Al-Balid, once a port of call for frankincense ships, still stands on the coast as a testament to Oman's important trading role in the ancient world. Number 11. Places nobody dares to mention. In the border region between Oman and Yemen lies the Barhout Well, known locally as the Well of Hell. The well's mouth is dozens of meters wide and over 100 meters deep, constantly emitting an unpleasant odor that repels animals. Even though explorers descended to the bottom in 2021, the unusual echoing sounds and thick layer of gas inside remain unexplained. Local legend claims it is the prison of sinful souls, while geologists lean towards the hypothesis that the ancient sinkhole formed naturally. This interplay between science and belief makes Barhout one of the most mysterious places on the Arabian Peninsula. In the Rub al-Khali Desert, NASA satellite data reveals traces of ancient roads leading to a structure once completely buried by sand, believed to be the remains of the city of Ubar. The Quran describes it as the city of 1,000 columns, a wealthy center thanks to the frankincense trade before its brief disappearance. What's intriguing isn't just the collapse, but the speed at which Ubar was swallowed by the desert. Archaeologists have discovered foundations and structures, but it's still unclear whether the cause was geological subsidence, severe drought, or simply an exaggerated portrayal of ancient legends. To the north, the blue eye of Wadi Shab is considered one of Oman's most bizarre natural phenomena. The water's color constantly changes throughout the day. In the morning, the lake is a deep blue. By midday, it turns a clear turquoise. and when the sky is cloudy, the water takes on a cold, metallic gray. Experts believe this phenomenon is related to minerals, light, and microorganisms, but the rapid rate of change remains unexplained. This unpredictability makes the Blue Eye a destination that is both beautiful and surreal. Number 12. Etiquette before any conversation. In Omani culture, kahwa is not simply a beverage, but an integral part of social ritual. It is a traditional coffee considered a symbol of welcome and respect. No other drink can replace kahwa's role in the spiritual life of Omani people. The coffee is poured into small, handleless cups called finjans and is always served with dates, forming a ritual that has existed for generations. Kahwa is distinctly different from Western coffee. The coffee is pale in color, mild in taste, and not bitter. Its characteristic flavors come from cardamom, saffron, and sometimes cloves or rosewater. The aroma of kahwa is warm and gentle, more like a base note than a stimulating drink. According to UNESCO, the traditional coffee-serving ritual of the Arab world, including Oman, was recognized as an intangible cultural heritage in 2015. This recognition underscores that kahwa's value lies in the social behavior surrounding it, not just in the drink itself. What makes kahwa special is the way it is offered and received. When guests enter the house, the first thing the host does is pour coffee. This is an unwritten rule expressing hospitality. Refusing kahwa is considered disrespectful, as offering coffee signifies a greeting and connection. The server pours coffee from a traditional pot called a dala, which has a long spout and a curved body, and always hands the finjan with the right hand, a symbol of purity in Islamic culture. In many families, the order of serving coffee reflects social status. Elders or important guests are always offered first, showing that kahwa is also a tool for expressing social order. Guests only drink small sips, usually no more than a few cups. When they have had enough, they gently shake the finjan to signal. In many communities, the server will wait until they receive this signal. The act of waiting is not meant to create pressure, but rather to demonstrate responsibility in fulfilling the role of hospitality, a small detail with profound cultural significance. The kahwa ritual is present in almost all social spaces in Oman, from business meetings and conferences to family gatherings and weddings. Whether in the remote desert, in ancient villages, or in modern Muscat, the passing of finjan, coffee, is always accompanied by conversation, showing that kahwa is not just coffee, but a bridge connecting people in Omani society. Number 13. Festival season in the desert. The Kharif festival in Salalah takes place from June to September, coinciding with the monsoon season, making the Dhofar region one of the few green areas on the Arabian Peninsula. During this time, dense fog, light rain, and lush vegetation cover the valleys. According to the Omani Ministry of Tourism, in its peak year of 2019, the Kharif festival attracted over 820,000 visitors. It is the most popular festival in the country, featuring a diverse range of activities such as concerts, fairs, art exhibitions, and outdoor recreational areas suitable for all ages. The Muscat Festival marks the beginning of the national tourism season. The event usually takes place in January and February, when the weather is cool and pleasant. According to Muscat authorities, the festival attracts approximately 500,000 to 600,000 visitors annually. Visitors can experience Omani culture through traditional village models, craft markets, local cuisine, and folk dances such as Raja or Al-Bara. In the evenings, large concerts create a vibrant atmosphere with performances by local and international artists. The Jebel Akhdar Rose Festival has a gentler and more intimate feel. Taking place from March to April, over 7,000 rose fields in the high mountains enter their blooming season. Each year, tens of thousands of visitors come to witness the rose harvest at dawn. A highlight of the festival is the traditional handcrafted distillation of rosewater using copper stills. Jebel Akhdar. Rosewater is highly valued for its purity and is a valuable commercial product in Muscat and Nizwa. With a cool climate ranging from 15 to 22 degrees Celsius, the Rose Valley creates a unique landscape of Oman. Number 14. The market that holds the soul of Oman. The ancient markets of Oman are often considered the heart of social life, where the rhythm of culture is continuously maintained through generations. Entering a souk, visitors are not just participating in buying and selling, but immersing themselves in a trade flow that has existed for hundreds of years. These markets often stretch for miles, with narrow alleys interwoven to form a dense labyrinth. Mutara Souk in Muscat is the most famous market in Oman and also one of the oldest souks in the Gulf region. According to the Omani Ministry of Heritage, Mutara Souk has existed for over 200 years and was the main commercial center of Muscat during the 18th and 19th centuries. The market has a traditional roof, with yellow lights reflecting on the narrow passageways. The scent of frankincense, sandalwood, and myrrh permeates the air, creating the feeling of stepping into an ancient trading space. Stalls are closely packed, displaying handcrafted silverware, traditional textiles, bronze lamps, and antique daggers. Oman is known for having one of the oldest silversmithing traditions in the Arab world, making Mutara an ideal place to find exquisite handcrafted jewelry. Shopkeepers are typically welcoming, offering samples of saffron and dates and sharing family stories passed down through generations. Inland, Nizwa Souk sits right next to the city's ancient fort. Nizwa was the capital of Oman in the 17th century, and the market clearly reflects the prosperity of that era. Every Friday morning, a livestock auction takes place, attracting people from across central Oman. This activity is both commercial and an important social event for the community. Surrounding the market are stalls selling pottery, spices, frankincense, and the iconic khanjar knives. The khanjar appears on the Omani coat of arms, making Nizwa one of the best places to find valuable handcrafted khanjar. In the south, Al Hassan Souk in Salalah is the center of the frankincense trade, with the Dhofar region producing over 80% of Oman's frankincense. Number 15. Oman before the modern world. Before oil, tourism, or luxury perfumes shaped modern Oman, the nation was renowned for a particularly strong maritime tradition within the Arab world. Oman was a land of sailors, merchants, and craftsmen who mastered the Indian Ocean for centuries. According to the writings of the ancient Greek geographer Strabo, Omani maritime trade dates back to the 1st century BC. That maritime spirit is still maintained through traditional shipbuilding. Omani artisans continue to build dhow boats using ancient methods, virtually unchanged over time. Dhows are not just a means of transportation, but also represent a deep connection between Oman and the ocean. For centuries, these wooden vessels have traversed the Indian Ocean, creating a trade network connecting Oman with East Africa, the Indian subcontinent, and even China. During its heyday, Oman possessed the largest dhow fleet in the eastern Arabian region, with hundreds of vessels operating continuously on routes from Zanzibar to Gujarat. This tradition is most evident in Sur, the coastal city considered the shipbuilding center of Oman. Along the coast, the sounds of hammers, wood, and conversations between artisans create a familiar rhythm of labor. Each dhow is entirely handcrafted, from the selection of wood to the assembly of each component. Teak or acacia wood is used to ensure durability, and the joints are secured with wooden pegs. Traditionally, a large dhow can take from 6 months to 2 years to complete. The value of a dhow lies not only in its technical skill, but also in its aesthetic appeal. The bow is high and curved, the hull is well proportioned, and the stern is intricately carved. These ships not only transport goods, but also carry the culture and imprint of the Omani people along the sea routes. Today, Oman continues to build dhows to preserve the ancient craft, with some vessels used for festivals and tourism. The largest wooden dhow ever built in Sur, Fatah al-Khair, is now on display in a museum as a symbol of its golden age. And those are 15 interesting facts about Oman. Hopefully this information has given you a fresh perspective on this country. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to join us on our next exploration journeys. Of these 15 facts, which one impressed you the most? Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts.